3 months later, Admiral Kim Dae-ho stood on the bridge of the Sol's Thunder in orbit around the former Galactic Council homeworld. Below him, the planet that had once been the center of galactic government was now the headquarters of humanity's new administration. The irony was perfect. Species that had considered humans too primitive to deserve representation in galactic affairs were now governed by the very humans they had tried to destroy. "Admiral, the former council leaders are assembled and waiting for you," Captain Park Jin-woo reported. "They're in the main council chamber, as you requested." Kim Dae-ho straightened his uniform and prepared to address the representatives of species that had once looked down on humanity. Today, those same species would learn the terms of their new existence under human rule. The council chamber was a massive room designed to show off alien architectural superiority. Hundreds of different species had their own sections, each built to accommodate their unique biology. At the center of the room was a raised platform where the most powerful species had once made decisions about the fate of the galaxy. Today, that platform belonged to Director John Mi-kyung of the Human Galactic Administration. As Kim Dae-ho entered the chamber, absolute silence fell over the assembled alien representatives. These were beings who had once commanded fleets of thousands of ships, who had ruled over dozens of worlds, who had considered themselves the natural masters of the galaxy. Now they sat quietly in their seats, waiting to learn what humanity had decided to do with them. Director John Mi-kyung stood at the central podium. She was a small woman by human standards, but to the aliens watching her, she might as well have been a giant. Her words would determine the fate of trillions of beings across hundreds of worlds. 3 months ago, your governments voted to exterminate the human species, she began. You sent the largest fleet in galactic history to destroy our homeworld and every human colony. You planned to divide our territory among yourselves after we were all dead. The alien representatives shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Some looked ashamed. Others looked terrified. None of them looked proud anymore. You made this decision because you believed humans were weak and primitive. You thought we would be easy to destroy. You were wrong about everything. Former War Commander Kelthak of the Zortaki Empire raised one of his tentacles. Director John, we acknowledge our error. We ask for your mercy and forgiveness. John Mi-kyung looked at him with cold eyes. You ask for mercy? Did you plan to show mercy to human children when your fleets arrived at Earth? Did you plan to show forgiveness to human families when you destroyed their worlds? Kelthak lowered his tentacle and said nothing. Diplomatic Corps leader Ryu Sang-ho stepped forward with a tablet containing the new galactic regulations. He had spent months working with human legal experts to create a framework for governing the galaxy. Fairly but firmly, the Human Galactic Administration has decided the future structure of interstellar civilization, Ryu Sang-ho announced. All species fall into one of 3 categories based on their actions during the recent crisis. He activated a holographic display showing a map of the galaxy. Different star systems were marked in different colors. Green systems belong to species that remained neutral during the attack on humanity, or that actively opposed the plan to destroy us. These species will be offered partnership status with humanity. They will retain their independence and self-government, while cooperating with human oversight of interstellar affairs. Several alien representatives looked relieved. The few species that had refused to support human extermination were now being rewarded for their moral courage. Yellow systems belonged to species that supported the attack on humanity but did not directly participate in the invasion fleet. These species will undergo a period of supervised rehabilitation. Your military forces will be limited. Your governments will be monitored. Your expansion into new star systems will require human approval. Most of the aliens in the chamber fell into this category. They had voted for human destruction but had not sent ships to participate in the actual attack. Red systems belong to species that sent ships to destroy Earth and exterminate humanity. These species will face the harshest consequences. Former Prime Minister Velkath of the Vextai Empire stood up. What consequences? Director John Mi-kyung answered personally. Complete military disarmament. All weapons of mass destruction will be confiscated. All interstellar warships will be scrapped. Reparations equal to 50% of your gross planetary product for the next 20 years will be paid to human colonies. Human administrators will oversee your governments until we decide you can be trusted with self-rule again. The alien representatives erupted in angry voices. Some protested that these terms were too harsh. Others begged for more lenient treatment. A few threatened to resist human authority. Admiral Kim Dae-ho stepped forward. The chamber fell silent instantly. "Let me remind you of something," Kim Dae-ho said quietly. 3 months ago you had 10,000 warships. Today you have whatever ships we allow you to keep. 3 months ago, you thought you were the masters of the galaxy. Today you exist only because we choose to let you exist. His words carried absolute authority. Every alien in the chamber remembered what human weapons could do. These terms are not negotiations. They are not suggestions. They are the reality of your new situation. Any species that refuses to comply will be visited by our Titan fleet again. Next time we may not be so merciful. Intelligence Officer Shin Hee-won had been monitoring alien communications throughout the galaxy. She stepped forward with a status report. "Director, I'm pleased to report that compliance with human directives has been excellent. The Vextai have already begun dismantling their war fleet. The Zortaki have started paying reparations to human colonies. The Melkarian Federation has requested human advisors to help them transition to a peaceful government. What about resistance movements? There have been a few minor incidents. The Corvani attempted to hide a weapons cache on their moon. The Eltari tried to send secret messages to organize opposition to human rule. And Captain Nam Tae-hyun paid the Corvani a visit in the Busan Vengeance. Their moon no longer exists. The Eltari received a similar demonstration from Commander Bae Hyun-ju. Both species are now fully compliant with human directives." Director John Mi-kyung nodded. "Excellent. What about the species that chose partnership with humanity?" Diplomatic Corps Leader Ryu Sang-ho smiled. "The results have been very encouraging. The Ethmiri have shared their medical technology with our scientists. The Quinala have opened their trade routes to human merchants. The Fendari have requested permission to establish cultural exchange programs with Earth. These were the species that had refused to support human extermination. They had chosen moral courage over political convenience, and now they were reaping the benefits of that choice." Young engineering cadet An Bo-ram entered the chamber with construction reports. She had been assigned to monitor humanity's expanding fleet. "Director, the shipyards at Mars report completion of the first Omega-class warship. It's 3 times larger than our current Titan ships and armed with weapons that can destroy entire star systems." One of the alien representatives gasped, "You're building even more powerful ships?" Director John Mi-kyung looked at the alien representative with surprise. "Of course we are. The galaxy is a dangerous place. There may be other species out there who think they can threaten humanity. When we meet them, we intend to be ready." Cadet An Bo-ram continued her report. "We're also constructing monitoring stations throughout the galaxy. Any ship traveling faster than light will be tracked by human sensors. Any species attempting to develop weapons of mass destruction will be detected immediately." Admiral Kim Dae-ho explained the logic behind these preparations. "We learned an important lesson from your attack. We were almost destroyed because we trusted other species to behave peacefully. We will never make that mistake again." "But we've surrendered," former Prime Minister Velkath protested. "We've accepted all your terms. Why do you need more weapons?" Dr. Han Yu-jin answered him. "Because the galaxy is vast and there are many species we haven't met yet. Some of them may be even more aggressive than you were. When we encounter them, we want to be certain that humanity can protect itself and its allies." Director Jeon Mi-kyung stood to deliver her closing remarks. "Today marks the beginning of a new age in galactic civilization. An age where conflicts are resolved through diplomacy rather than genocide. An age where strong species protect weaker ones instead of exploiting them. An age where the rights of all sentient beings are respected." She paused and looked around the chamber at the assembled alien representatives. "Humanity did not choose to become the galaxy's guardians. That role was forced upon us when you decided we were too dangerous to be allowed to exist. But we accept this responsibility. We will use our power wisely and justly. And if we choose not to accept human authority?" one alien representative asked defiantly. Admiral Kim Dae-ho answered with a slight smile. "Then you will learn that the choice was never yours to make." As the formal session ended, the alien representatives filed out of the chamber to return to their respective worlds. The Titan fleet split into 4 groups, each heading toward a different alien home system. Admiral Kim Dae-ho remained aboard the Soul's Thunder with 2 other ships, traveling toward the Vextai capital world. Captain Lim Woo-jin commanded another group heading for the Zortaki Empire. Commander Bae Hyun-ju led ships toward the Melkarian Federation. Captain Nam Tae-hyun took his group to visit the remaining alien species. Phase shift jump in 10 seconds, Navigator Oh Yoon-ji announced aboard the Soul's Thunder. Destination, Vextai Prime. The massive human ship twisted reality around itself and vanished from Earth's solar system. In less than a heartbeat, it reappeared in orbit around the aliens' most important world. Intelligence Officer Shin Hee-won had been studying alien communications for decades. She knew everything about Vextai society, their military, their government, and their weaknesses. Admiral, Vextai Prime is defended by 200 orbital defense platforms and 50 patrol ships, she reported. Their planetary shields can supposedly stop any attack. Can they stop our attacks? No, sir. Their strongest shields are like paper compared to our weapons. Dr. Han Yu-jin was monitoring alien communications from across the galaxy. Admiral, you should hear what they're saying about the battle at Earth. She activated the speakers. Panicked alien voices filled the bridge, all speaking different languages but all saying the same thing. The humans were not what they had seemed. The humans had weapons that could not be stopped. The humans were coming. The survivors from Earth arrived at Vextai Prime 20 minutes ago, Shin Hee-won reported. Their government is in complete panic. They're evacuating their leadership to underground bunkers. Kim Dae-ho looked out at the alien world below. Billions of creatures lived on that planet. Most of them had probably never even heard of humanity before today. But their government had voted to destroy every human in the galaxy. Open a channel to their planetary government, Kim Dae-ho ordered. Communications Officer Song Da-yoon established the connection. On the main screen, a group of terrified alien officials appeared. They were obviously hiding in some kind of emergency bunker deep underground. This is Admiral Kim Dae-ho of the Human Defense Force, Kim Dae-ho announced. Your government voted to exterminate my species. Your fleet came to destroy every human world. Today you learn the consequences of that decision. The alien leader, Prime Minister Velkath, was shaking with fear. Admiral, please. We were misinformed about human capabilities. If we had known you possessed such advanced technology, we never would have supported the attack. You mean if you had known we could fight back, you would not have tried to commit genocide? We made a mistake. Kim Dae-ho's expression did not change. Yes, you did. And now you pay for that mistake. The Soul's Thunder fired a single gravitational pulse at the alien orbital defenses. 200 defense platforms built over centuries and armed with the most advanced alien weapons simply crushed into tiny balls of metal and disappeared. Impossible, Prime Minister Velkath whispered. Those platforms were supposed to be invincible. Nothing is invincible, Dr. Han Yu-jin replied. Your technology is just thousands of years behind ours. Across the galaxy, similar scenes were playing out at other alien homeworlds. Captain Lim Woo-jin had arrived at the Zortaki capital system with 3 Titan ships. The aliens there had constructed a massive space fortress to protect their world. The fortress was 10 kilometers long and armed with planet-killer weapons. Destroy it, Captain Lim ordered his weapons officer. The fortress vanished. Not exploded, not destroyed. Simply erased from existence by human reality distortion weapons. One moment it was there, the next moment it had never existed at all. Commander Bae Hyun-ju was dealing with the Melkarian Federation's home fleet. 300 alien warships had rushed back from across the galaxy to defend their capital world. They formed a battle line between the human ships and their planet. This is Commander Bae Hyun-ju, she broadcast to the alien fleet. Your ships participated in planning humanity's destruction. Stand down immediately or we will demonstrate why that was a fatal error. The alien fleet commander responded with defiance. We outnumber you 100 to 1. Surrender now and we might allow your species to survive. Bae Hyun-ju almost laughed. You still don't understand. The Incheon's fury activated its quantum viral weapons. Within seconds, the entire alien fleet began firing on itself as their own computers turned against them. In less than 5 minutes, 300 alien warships had destroyed each other without a single human weapon being fired. Back at Vextai Prime, Admiral Kim Dae-ho was conducting his own demonstration of human power. The Soul's Thunder's weapons reached down through the planet's atmosphere and began systematically destroying every military installation on the surface. Stop, Prime Minister Velkath screamed. You're destroying our entire defense network. Exactly, Kim Dae-ho replied. We want to make sure you can never threaten anyone again. Weapons specialist Kang Min-seok was having a wonderful time. Admiral, their planetary shields are completely useless against our weapons. We can hit any target on the surface with perfect accuracy. Destroy all military facilities, weapons manufacturing plants, and spaceship construction yards. Leave everything else untouched. This was the message humanity wanted to send. They were not here to commit genocide like the aliens had planned to do. They were here to remove the aliens' ability to wage war ever again. Engineer Choi Minho was monitoring communications from all 4 Titan groups. Admiral, all teams report successful arrival at their assigned targets. Enemy defenses are being systematically eliminated. Intelligence Officer Shin Hee-won had been listening to alien government communications. Sir, I'm intercepting messages between alien leadership across the galaxy. They're beginning to understand the scope of human capabilities. What are they saying? The Vextai are begging the Galactic Council to negotiate a peace treaty with humanity. The Zortaki are offering to pay tribute to Earth. The Melkarians are asking if they can surrender their entire fleet to human forces. Dr. Han Yu-jin studied the tactical situation. Admiral, I recommend we make an example of one alien city. Nothing too destructive, just something to show them what we could do if we wanted to. Kim Dae-ho considered this. The aliens needed to understand that humanity was being merciful by choice, not by necessity. Target their largest military academy, he decided. Use minimum power gravitational weapons. I want the building gone, but I don't want to harm the surrounding civilian areas. The Soul's thunder fired a precise gravitational pulse. The Vextai Naval Academy, a massive complex that had trained alien military officers for 1,000 years, simply collapsed into a small crater. The buildings around it were completely undamaged. Prime Minister Velkath stared at the display showing the Academy's destruction. How did you do that with such precision? Human technology, Kim Dae-ho answered simply. We can destroy anything we choose to destroy anywhere we choose to destroy it. Or we can choose to show mercy. What do you want from us? Complete disarmament of your military forces. Reparations to every human colony your government threatened. And acceptance of human oversight of your interstellar activities. The alien leader looked around at his advisors. They were all nodding frantically, desperate to agree to anything that might save their world. We accept all your terms, Prime Minister Velkath said quickly. Good. You have 7 days to begin implementing these changes. If you refuse, or if you try to deceive us, we will return. And next time we will not be so merciful. Similar conversations were taking place at alien homeworlds across the galaxy. Species that had planned to destroy humanity were now begging for the chance to survive. The balance of galactic power had shifted completely in a single day. As the Titan ships completed their demonstrations of human superiority, Admiral Kim Dae-ho began planning the next phase of humanity's emergence as the galaxy's dominant species. The battle around Earth was no longer a battle. It had become a systematic demonstration of human technological superiority. Commander Bay. Hyunju watched from the bridge of the Inchin's Fury as alien ships exploded like fireworks around her massive vessel. Target the enemy command ships first, she ordered her weapons officer. I want their leadership to understand what they brought upon themselves. The Inchin's Fury's gravitational weapons reached out across space and grabbed 3 alien command ships. The weapons did not simply destroy the vessels. They compressed them slowly, giving the crews time to understand what was happening to them. War Commander Tekvan watched in horror as his sister ships collapsed, like empty cans being crushed by an invisible giant. The hulls twisted and bent. The crews inside screamed as their own ships became their tombs. This is impossible, he broadcast on all frequencies. These weapons violate the laws of physics. Dr. Han Yu-jin answered him from the Soul's thunder. They violate your understanding of physics. Human scientists discovered new laws while you were busy feeling superior to us. Weapons specialist Kang Min-seok was having the time of his life. He had spent 20 years developing the quantum viral weapons, and today he finally got to see them work on a large scale. Admiral, the virus has infected 70% of the remaining alien fleet, he reported to Kim Dae-ho. Their own ships are destroying each other faster than we are. Throughout the alien formation, friend was firing on friend as the quantum virus spread from ship to ship. Alien commanders screamed contradictory orders as their computer systems turned against them. Some ships tried to shut down all their electronic systems, but that just made them helpless targets for human weapons. Captain Nam Tai-hyun aboard the Busan Vengeance was targeting the largest alien vessels. His ship's reality distortion cannons fired beams of twisted spacetime that simply erased whatever they touched from existence. It's beautiful, his tactical officer whispered as another alien dreadnought vanished into nothingness. They spent thousands of years building those ships, and we can make them never exist at all. The aliens were learning that size and numbers meant nothing against weapons that could rewrite the basic rules of reality. Their largest ships, their proudest achievements, were being deleted from the universe as if they had never been built. Engineer Choi Min-ho was monitoring all 12 Titan ships from his station. All vessels report perfect performance, Admiral. No damage to any of our ships. Energy levels holding steady. We can continue this operation indefinitely. That was the most terrifying thing about the human attack. The Titan ships were not even trying hard. Their weapons were operating at low power settings. Their shields were barely activated. They were swatting aside the most powerful alien fleet in galactic history, like it was a minor inconvenience. Tactical Officer Yoon Se-jin updated her kill count. 6,000 alien vessels destroyed, sir. 4,000 remaining. Estimated time to complete destruction of enemy fleet, 18 minutes. War Commander Thekvon made one last desperate attempt to save his fleet. All ships, maximum power to engines. Break through their gravity field. Every ship for itself. It was useless. The human gravity field was too strong. It held the alien ships like insects trapped in amber. They could move, but only where the humans allowed them to move. Communications Officer Song Da-eun was listening to alien transmissions from across the galaxy. Admiral, alien governments throughout the galaxy are receiving reports of what's happening here. They're going into panic mode. What are they saying? The Zortaki Empire is recalling all their fleets to defend their home systems. The Melkarian Federation is trying to contact us to discuss peace terms. The Vextai government is denying that this attack ever happened. Kim Dae-ho almost smiled. The aliens who had planned humanity's genocide were now terrified that humans might do the same to them. They were right to be afraid. Open a channel to all surviving alien ships, Kim Dae-ho ordered. Song Da-eun established the connection. Thousands of alien voices could be heard screaming, crying, and begging for mercy. Attention alien fleet, Kim Dae-ho's voice cut through the chaos. You came here to destroy my species. You brought your entire fleet because you thought it would be easy. You were planning to celebrate tonight while human worlds burned. The alien voices fell silent. They knew they were listening to the voice of their destroyer. Instead, you have learned what humans are really capable of. We are not the primitive species you thought we were. We are patient. We are intelligent. We are prepared, and we remember everything. War Commander Thekvon tried one more time to salvage something from this disaster. Admiral Kim Dae-ho, we acknowledge your superiority. We surrender unconditionally. Spare the remaining ships and we will never threaten humanity again. You misunderstand the situation, Kim Dae-ho replied. This is not about mercy. This is about justice. You came here to commit genocide. Now you will face the consequences of that decision. Dr. Han Yu-jin had been studying the battle patterns. Admiral, I recommend we allow some ships to escape. Why? So they can carry the news back to their homeworlds. Fear is a more powerful weapon than any gun. If a few survivors make it home, they will tell stories about human power that will grow in the telling. Kim Dae-ho considered this. Very well. Allow 5% of the remaining fleet to retreat. Make sure they include ships from every alien species that participated in this attack. Commander Bae Hyun-ju received the new orders. Understood, Admiral. We'll let exactly 200 ships escape, just enough to spread the word about what happened here. The selected alien ships were allowed to break through the gravity field. They fled toward their home systems at maximum speed, carrying tales of horror that would spread throughout the galaxy. The remaining alien fleet continued to die. Some ships tried to fight back with every weapon they had. Others attempted to ram the Titan ships in suicide attacks. A few simply shut down their engines and waited for death. Nothing they did made any difference. Human weapons continued to fire with mechanical precision. Alien ships continued to explode, collapse, or simply cease to exist. Captain Park Jin-woo was already thinking ahead to the next phase of the operation. Admiral, our intelligence indicates that the aliens left their home systems largely undefended. This would be the perfect time to strike back. Agreed. Begin calculating jump routes to all alien home systems. We're going to pay them a visit. Engineer Choi Min-ho checked his systems. The phase shift drives are ready for long-distance travel, sir. We can reach any alien system within 12 hours. Navigator Oh Yoonji was already plotting courses. I have routes to the Vextai home system, the Zortaki capital, and all the other species that participated in this attack. As the last alien ships around Earth were destroyed, the 12 Titan ships prepared for their next mission. The galaxy was about to learn that attacking humanity had been the worst mistake any species had ever made. War Commander Thekvan's flagship was among the last to die. As gravitational forces crushed his ship around him, he managed to send one final message to his government. The humans are not what we thought. Run, hide, pray they show you more mercy than we showed them. Then the eternal domination collapsed into a sphere of super-compressed matter, and Thekvan's voice was silenced forever. War Commander Thekvan watched his fleet destroy the last human defense station. The battle had been pathetically easy. Human ships burned and exploded all around Earth's solar system. In less than 3 hours, the aliens had wiped out half of humanity's defending fleet. Prepare the final assault on Earth, Thekvan commanded. I want their homeworld to burn bright enough to be seen from across the galaxy. His tactical officer began targeting Earth's major cities. Billions of humans would die in the next few minutes. The thought filled Thekvan with satisfaction. This was what happened to species that refused to know their place. Sir, his sensor operator suddenly called out. I'm detecting strange readings throughout the fleet formation. What kind of readings? I don't know. Energy signatures appearing everywhere around us. But there's nothing on visual sensors. Thekvan was about to dismiss this as a sensor malfunction, when reality itself seemed to tear open around his fleet. Space twisted and bent in 12 different locations. Massive shapes began materializing out of nothingness. The alien commander stared in shock as enormous human warships appeared throughout his fleet formation. Each ship was the size of a small moon. Their hulls were black as space and covered with weapons he had never seen before. Impossible, Thekvan whispered. Humans don't have technology like this. Admiral Kim Dae-ho stood on the bridge of the Soul's Thunder as his ship dropped out of phase space directly above the alien flagship. Around him, 11 other Titan ships materialized in perfect positions throughout the enemy fleet. All ships report successful phase shift completion, Captain Park Jin-woo announced. We have achieved complete tactical surprise. Kim Dae-ho activated the general communications channel. His voice would be heard by every alien ship in the fleet, and by every species listening across the galaxy. Attention, alien fleet. This is Admiral Kim Dae-ho of the Human Defense Force. You came here to destroy my people. You made speeches about human weakness. You divided up our colonies like we were already dead. His voice was calm but filled with cold anger. You were wrong about everything. Throughout the alien fleet, panic was spreading. Ship commanders screamed orders to their crews. Weapons officers tried to lock onto the massive human vessels. Navigation officers attempted to calculate escape routes. Nothing worked. Tactical Officer Yoon Si-jin reported from her station aboard the Soul's Thunder. All Titan ships have achieved weapons lock on assigned targets. Enemy fleet is completely surrounded. Their escape routes are blocked by our gravity field generators. War Commander Thekvan tried to understand what was happening. How is this possible? Our intelligence said humans barely had space travel. Where did these ships come from? Dr. Han Yu-jin had spent years studying alien psychology and tactics. She knew exactly what the enemy commander was thinking. They never bothered to really study us, she told Admiral Kim Dae-ho. They looked at our oldest ships and assumed that was all we had. They never imagined we might be hiding our real technology. Open a channel to the alien flagship, Kim Dae-ho ordered. Song Da-yoon established the connection. On the main screen, War Commander Thekvan appeared. The alien leader's 4 eyes were wide with shock and fear. You want to know how this is possible? Kim Dae-ho asked. It's simple. While you were feeling superior and making plans to destroy us, we were working. For 50 years, we built these ships in secret. We developed weapons you cannot imagine. We created defenses you cannot penetrate. This is impossible. Humans are a primitive species. No, Kim Dae-ho replied. We are a patient species. We are a careful species. And we are a very, very angry species. Captain Nam Tae-hyun was ready aboard the Busan Vengeance. His ship was positioned directly in the center of the enemy fleet formation. Around him, hundreds of alien vessels were trying desperately to escape or fight back. Admiral, requesting permission to demonstrate our capabilities. Nam Tae-hyun called over the communication system. Permission granted. Show them what human engineering can accomplish. The Busan Vengeance activated its gravitational cannon. The weapon did not fire energy or projectiles. Instead, it created a localized gravity well that crushed everything within its target area. 50 alien warships simply collapsed into tiny balls of super-compressed matter. Their shields, their armor, their advanced alien technology, none of it mattered. The laws of physics themselves had turned against them. Impossible, Taekvon screamed. No weapon can do that. Your weapons can't do that, Kim Dae-ho corrected. Human weapons can do much more. Commander Bae Hyunju activated the reality distortion shields on the Incheon's Fury. Thousands of alien energy beams struck her ship. The beams simply disappeared, as if they had never existed at all. The aliens watched in horror as their most powerful weapons had no effect whatsoever on the human ships. Some alien captains ordered ramming attacks, sending their vessels directly at the Titan ships at maximum speed. The alien ships passed right through the human vessels as if they were made of empty space. The reality distortion technology made the Titans exist in a slightly different dimension, while still being able to attack normally. Engineer Choi Min-ho was monitoring the battle from the Soul's Thunder. All systems operating perfectly, Admiral. The aliens can't even touch us. Weapons specialist Kang Min-seok had been waiting for this moment his entire life. Sir, requesting permission to deploy quantum viral weapons. Granted, Kang Min-seok activated humanity's most terrifying weapon. Invisible quantum viruses spread through the alien fleet's communication networks. Within seconds, alien ships began turning their weapons on each other. The virus took control of alien ship computers and convinced them that their own allies were actually human vessels. Friend fired on friend as the quantum virus spread through the entire fleet like a plague. What's happening to our ships? Taekvon demanded. Your own technology is turning against you, Dr. Han Yu-jin explained over the communication channel. Our quantum viruses are rewriting your ship computers. Your own vessels now think you are the enemy. In less than 30 minutes, the alien fleet had lost 4,000 ships. Some had been crushed by gravity weapons. Others had been destroyed by reality distortion cannons. Thousands more had been turned against each other by the quantum virus. The remaining 6,000 alien ships tried desperately to flee, but the Titan ships had created a gravity well around the entire battlefield. Nothing could escape faster than light. Nothing could hide from human sensors, please. Taekvon broadcast on all frequencies. We surrender. We surrender. Kim Dae-ho's expression did not change. You came here to commit genocide against my species. You brought 10,000 ships to destroy every human man, woman, and child. You divided up our colonies before the battle even started. We made a mistake. We didn't know humans were so powerful. That's correct. You made a mistake. Several mistakes, actually. Kim Dae-ho turned to his weapons officer. Continue the attack. Ho survivors. Navigator Oh Yoon-ji was already plotting courses to the alien home systems. Admiral, should we prepare to pursue the surviving ships to their home worlds? Yes, today we finish what they started. The galaxy needs to learn that threatening humanity has consequences. The battle continued, but it was not really a battle anymore. It was a demonstration of human superiority. Every alien weapon failed. Every alien tactic was countered. Every alien ship that had come to destroy Earth was systematically destroyed in return. As the alien fleet burned around them, the crew of the Soul's Thunder prepared for the next phase of their mission. The aliens had brought this war to humanity's doorstep. Now humanity would take the war to theirs. War Commander Taekvon stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Eternal Domination. Around him, the largest fleet in galactic history prepared for the easiest victory they would ever win. 10,000 alien warships filled the space just outside Earth's solar system. Ships from 7 different species, all united in their desire to destroy humanity. Report on human defenses, Taekvon ordered his tactical officer. As expected, War Commander, we detect approximately 3,000 human vessels defending their home system. Primitive weapons, basic shields, slow engines. Our scouts estimate we can destroy their entire fleet in less than 2 hours. Taekvon's 4 eyes gleamed with satisfaction. Humans had been a problem for too long. They asked too many questions. They refused to bow down to superior species. They spread their colonies too quickly across the galaxy. Today, that problem would be solved forever. What about their planetary defenses? Minimal, sir. A few orbital platforms with kinetic weapons, some missile bases on their moon. Nothing that can threaten our fleet. Perfect. The humans had made no effort to prepare for this attack. They probably thought their pathetic diplomacy would save them. They would learn that the galaxy had no place for weak species. On the other side of the solar system, Dr. Han Yujin sat in the hidden command center aboard the Soul's Thunder. She watched the alien fleet through sensors they could not detect. Everything was going exactly as humanity had planned. They're positioning themselves in attack formation Alpha 7, she reported to Admiral Kim Dae-ho. Just like our simulations predicted. The alien commander was making the same mistakes that alien commanders had been making for centuries. They were arrogant. They underestimated their enemies. They never bothered to learn about the species they planned to destroy. What about their formation? Kim Dae-ho asked. They're spreading out in a wide arc trying to surround our solar system. Perfect for what we have planned. Dr. Han Yujin smiled. They're putting their largest ships in the front, their smallest ships in the back. They want to show off their power before they attack. Communications Officer Song Da-yun was listening to alien transmissions. The enemy commanders were not even bothering to encrypt their messages. They were completely confident that humans could not understand their languages or intercept their communications. Admiral, you should hear this, Song Da-yun said. She played a recording of alien voices through the bridge speakers. The translation came through clearly. After we finish destroying the human fleet, I claim their industrial worlds for my people. Another voice responded. The agricultural worlds belong to my species. We agreed on this before we came here. A third alien commander laughed. There will be plenty of human worlds for everyone. These primitive creatures have spread themselves thin across dozens of systems, all undefended now that we have drawn their entire fleet to Earth. Kim Dae-ho listened to the aliens dividing up human colonies like they were discussing dinner. These creatures had no idea what was about to happen to them. How long until all Titan ships are in position? He asked. Captain Park Jin-woo checked his console. 2 hours, sir. The Busan Vengeance and Incheon's Fury are already moving into their assigned positions. The other ships are following their planned routes. The phase shift drives allowed the Titan ships to move through space without being detected. To alien sensors, there was nothing there. No ships, no energy signatures, no gravitational distortions. The technology was so advanced that it might as well have been magic. Meanwhile, Captain Nam Tae-hyun commanded the Busan Vengeance as it moved silently through space. His ship was approaching the alien fleet from below where their sensors were weakest. Around him, his crew worked in complete silence. They had trained for this moment for years. Distance to target? Nam Tae-hyun whispered. 50,000 kilometers in closing. His navigator Oh Yoon-ji replied quietly. We are completely invisible to their sensors. On the enemy flagship, Thekvan was growing impatient. Begin the attack on human outer defenses. Let us show them what real warriors can do. The alien fleet fired its first shots. Thousands of energy beams and missiles flew toward the human defense satellites orbiting Earth's outer planets. The small human stations exploded in bright flashes of light. Human ships rushed out to defend their home system. They were brave but clearly outmatched. Their weapons barely scratched the alien shields. Their ships were destroyed easily by superior alien technology. Look how they fight. One alien commander laughed over the communications channel, like insects trying to stop a meteor. The humans were fighting desperately, but it was hopeless. Their ships exploded one after another. Their weapons could not penetrate alien armor. It was exactly what the aliens had expected. What they did not expect was that every human ship they destroyed was exactly where humanity wanted it to be destroyed. Each explosion, each retreat, each desperate maneuver was part of a carefully planned performance. Commander Bae, Hyunju watched the battle from her hidden position aboard the Incheon's Fury. The human ships being destroyed were old vessels with volunteer crews, brave people who had agreed to sacrifice themselves to make the deception complete. The enemy is taking the bait perfectly, she reported to Admiral Kim Dae-ho. They believe they are winning easily. Excellent. Are all Titans ready? Weapons specialist Kang Min-seok checked his systems aboard the Soul's Thunder. Gravitational cannons are charged to maximum power. Reality distortion shields are active. Quantum viral weapons are loaded and ready for deployment. Engineer Choi Min-ho reported from the engine room. Phase shift drives are stable on all ships. We can drop out of phase space and attack instantly when you give the order. The alien fleet continued its advance toward Earth. They were destroying everything in their path, laughing at how easy this war was turning out to be. Their communications were full of jokes about human weakness and boasts about their own superiority. Humans call themselves an intelligent species, one alien captain broadcast. But they fight like animals. Stupid, scared animals. When we finish here, we should hunt down every human colony, another alien voice suggested. Make sure none of them survive to cause trouble in the future. Admiral Kim Dae-ho listened to these transmissions and felt his anger growing cold and hard. These aliens were not just planning to destroy Earth, they wanted to commit genocide against every human in the galaxy. That was their second mistake. Their first mistake was thinking humans were weak. Their second mistake was making this war personal. All Titan ships report ready for combat, Captain Park Jin-woo announced. Kim Dae-ho looked around his bridge. Every crew member was at their station, ready to change galactic history forever. The time for hiding was over. The time for revealing humanity's true power had arrived. Send a message to all Titan commanders, Kim Dae-ho ordered. In 60 seconds, we show these aliens what humans really are. Admiral Kim Dae-ho stood on the bridge of the Soul's Thunder, looking out at the stars through the massive viewing window. The ship was hidden deep in the asteroid belt around Earth's solar system. No alien would think to look for anything important here. That was exactly what humanity wanted. The Soul's Thunder was not like other human ships. It was 15 kilometers long and 3 kilometers wide. Its hull was made of materials that did not exist anywhere else in the galaxy. The ship's weapons could destroy entire fleets. Its shields could bend reality itself. But the aliens did not know this. They thought humans were weak and stupid. Captain Park Jin-woo walked up to the Admiral. His face was serious. Sir, we just received a message from Lieutenant Lee So-ra in intelligence. The Vextai Empire has sent us an ultimatum. Kim Dae-ho turned around. What do they want now? They want all human colonies to surrender within 7 days. If we refuse, they will destroy Earth and every human world. Park Jin-woo handed him a datapad. They are bringing their entire fleet. 10,000 ships. The Admiral read the message. The aliens thought this would be easy. They thought humans would beg for mercy. They thought wrong. How many allies are they bringing? Kim Dae-ho asked. 6 other species have joined them. They all voted in the Galactic Council to wipe out humanity. They say we are too dangerous to be allowed to grow stronger. Kim Dae-ho almost smiled. If only they knew how strong humanity already was. For 50 years, humans had been building in secret. While the aliens laughed at human technology, human engineers had been creating miracles. They built ships in hidden places where no alien had ever traveled. They developed weapons that could tear holes in space itself. They created shields that could make matter disappear. The aliens thought humans were primitives who had barely learned to travel between stars. They were about to learn the truth. Tell me about the other Titan ships, Kim Dae-ho said. Park Jin-woo activated a hologram in the center of the bridge. 11 other massive ships appeared in the display. Each one was hidden in a different star system. Each one was ready for battle. The Busan Vengeance is hidden near Alpha Centauri, Park Jin-woo reported. Captain Nam Tae-hyun says his crew is ready. The Incheon's Fury is positioned near Wolf 359, with Commander Bae Hyun-ju. All 12 Titan ships are operational and waiting for orders. Engineer Choi Min-ho approached them. His hands were covered in grease from working on the ship's systems. Admiral, the quantum communication network is ready. We can talk to all the other Titans instantly, no matter how far away they are. The aliens don't have this technology. What about our special weapons? Kim Dae-ho asked. The gravitational cannons are charged and ready. The reality distortion shields are at full power. The quantum viral weapons are loaded and prepared for deployment. Choi Min-ho wiped his hands clean. Sir, the aliens have never seen weapons like these. They won't know what hit them. Communications officer Song Da-yun turned from her station. Admiral, I'm picking up alien communications. They're already talking about how they will divide human territory after they destroy us. They think this will be the easiest war they ever fought. Kim Dae-ho walked to the center of the bridge. Around him, his crew worked quietly at their stations. These people had trained for this moment their entire lives. Their parents and grandparents had dreamed of this day. The day when humanity would show the galaxy who they really were. Patch me through to all Titan ships, Kim Dae-ho ordered. Song Da-eun pressed several buttons. All ships are connected, sir. Attention all Titan commanders. Today we begin the operation our people have planned for 50 years. The aliens think we are weak. They think we are afraid. They are about to discover that humans are neither weak nor afraid. We are patient. We are prepared. and we are angry. Through the quantum communication system, Kim Dae-ho could hear the other commanders responding. Captain Nam Tae-hyun from the Busan Vengeance, Commander Bae Hyun-ju from the Incheon's Fury. All 12 ships and their crews were ready. The enemy fleet will arrive at Earth in 6 days, Kim Dae-ho continued. They expect to find scared humans with primitive weapons. Instead, they will find the most advanced warships ever built. We will not just defeat them. We will make them understand that threatening humanity was the worst mistake they ever made. Dr. Han Yu-jin, the chief strategist, stepped forward. She carried a tablet filled with battle plans. Admiral, our intelligence shows that the alien fleet will approach Earth from the galactic north. They will spread out in a standard attack formation. This will make them perfect targets for our surprise attack. Excellent. What about their home systems? While their entire fleet comes to destroy Earth, their homeworlds will be almost defenseless. We can strike there after we finish with their attack fleet. Kim Dae-ho nodded. The aliens were making every mistake possible. They were bringing all their ships to one place. They were leaving their homes unprotected. They thought they were hunting sheep, but they were really walking into a trap set by wolves. Tactical Officer Yoon Se-jin looked up from her console. Sir, I have targeting solutions for all enemy ship types. Our weapons can destroy their largest ships with one shot. Their shields cannot stop our attacks. What about their numbers? 10,000 ships is still a lot, even for us. Each Titan ship can engage 300 enemy vessels at the same time. With all 12 ships working together, we can target the entire enemy fleet simultaneously. Kim Dae-ho felt proud of his people. While the aliens had wasted time feeling superior, humans had been working. Every scientist, every engineer, every worker had contributed to this moment. The Titan ships were not just weapons. They were proof of what humans could accomplish when they worked together. Begin moving all ships into position, Kim Dae-ho ordered. Use the phase shift drives. I want us completely invisible until the moment we strike. Around the bridge, his crew began their work. The Soul's Thunder slowly moved through space, invisible to all sensors. 11 other massive ships were doing the same thing, moving like ghosts toward their targets. The aliens thought they were coming to destroy humanity. They had no idea that humanity was coming to destroy them. In 6 days, the galaxy would learn that underestimating humans was a fatal mistake. Kim Dae-ho looked out at the stars one more time. Soon those stars would witness the birth of a new age, the age when humanity took its rightful place as the strongest species in the galaxy.